Hi, thank you for joining me today for yoga. It's kind of a brisk, chilly day. I had planned on taking off my sweatshirt, but I think it might be staying on. So just coming onto a yoga blanket or a block just for some seated, just time to focus on our breath, our pranayama. As we've been rushing around through the day, this is our time just to have a reset. Option to close your eyes, hands on your thighs, palms up or palms down. If you have a mudra you like to do, I welcome you to do that. On your next inhalation, the shoulders will shrug up, and exhale, release all tension. Keeping your eyes closed, we'll go through it 2 more times. Inhale, shoulders shrug up, exhale, release. One more time here. Inhale, shoulders rise, exhale, all the way down. Shoulders nice and relaxed. We'll begin to focus on our breath. As you inhale, you might feel the chest start to rise, bringing life energy into the body. And as you exhale, releasing all that tension, feeling the weight in your hips. We'll go through 2 more cycles here. Not forcing your breath any which way. On your next inhalation, bring your arms out to your side. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Hands come together. As you exhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes up and over. If you have opened your eyes, or you're welcome to open your eyes or keep them closed, you will notice that I am mirroring you. So really try and push that right sit bone down into the earth as you find length from fingertip to the side of the body. Inhale, come back up. Hand comes down to the mat as you reach your left arm up and over, pressing that left sit bone down to the earth, finding that length through the rib cage. And inhale, rise up. Let's go one more time each side. Maybe this time you're able to find a little bit more length through those intercostal muscles of the rib cage, those lat muscles underneath the arm. And inhale, arm comes up, release down to the earth as we bring our opposite hand up and over. Finding length wherever you can find it today. Just opening up that side body. And inhale, coming up. Hands come onto knees as we come into some torso circles. Keeping sit bones down into the earth. You're going to go ahead and inhale as you come forward. And exhale as you round your back. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, round. One more time this direction, then we'll switch. And once you come full circle, taking your time, let's go the other direction. Exhale as you come to the back. Inhale as you come forward. Should start to feel pretty good in that lower back. Nice exhale. Inhale, coming forward, hands onto hips. And we'll come up into that seated position. Coming onto hands and knees. Coming to our first child's pose of the day. Toes together, knees out wide as you sit your hips back towards your heels. Option to keep your arms nice and active. You can come into a full stretch, bringing fingertips towards the top of your mat. Or if you need more rest, option to bend the elbows. Forehead can come to the back of your hands or down to the earth. I welcome you throughout your practice just to do what feels good to your body. Never forcing, losing all expectation, and just listening to your body. On your next inhalation, come up slightly. We're going to walk our hands to the right side. Plant your right hand. Left hand comes on top for a stretch in the side waist. An inhale coming up. Let's walk our hands to the opposite direction. Come to the left side. Left hand comes down. Right hand comes on top. Feeling a stretch through that side body. Weight is still in your hips. And inhale. Go ahead and release. Coming into hands and knees, tabletop position. So let's talk a little bit about our base. Your fingers are spread wide. Index finger pointing towards the front of the mat, forming that solid base. You're going to tip your toes under as you exhale for your first down dog of the day. So coming into down dog, pedaling out the heels towards the earth, or maybe you'd like to go side to side, warming up your hips. Just going to wherever feels good to you today. We're going to be here for 3 more cycles of breath, really focusing on the deep inhalation and even exhalation. 2 more breaths here. Can you find some more length somewhere? Maybe through the back of the legs, the spine. On your next exhale, go ahead, walk your hands back to your feet. Forward fold, Uttasana. Inhale, bend your knees. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Hands come together. As you exhale, left hand comes down, right hand comes up for a side body stretch. Option also is to use that hand to grab the wrist. Inhale, coming up, switching sides. Left hand up and over. Making sure you stay even through that base in your feet. Even weight throughout the heels. And inhale, coming up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttasana. Flat back, option, bend knees, or use blocks to get yourself some lift. Sorry. Nice. Inhale. And on your next exhale, bend your knees as we walk ourselves out to a plank. So coming to our first plank of the day, we're just going to stay a couple breaths here. Again, we talked about that solid base through the hands, through the feet. You're pressing your heels to the back of the room, back of your mat. Really pulling those abdominals up and in towards the spine. And I like to always imagine that I'm kind of pressing the floor away. That way I'm not sinking down into my chest. Eye gaze is a little bit above the middle of our palms. Nice. On your next exhale, go ahead and drop to your knees. Come back for child's pose. So keeping a nice, long, active child's pose. Try and walk your fingertips out as much as possible. Pressing through those finger pads, activating the triceps. You almost feel like your upper arm bones are moving closer to one another. Keeping the arms nice and active. On your next inhalation, coming back up to our tabletop, making sure knees are directly under hips, wrist under your shoulders. As we inhale, we're going to go ahead and come into cat. Belly relaxes down towards the mat. Eye gaze comes to the top of the mat. And exhale, tuck your chin, round your back into cat. I think I called the other one cat. That was cow. We all knew that, right? It's getting late. I'm just so excited you guys are here with me. So thank you for practicing with me. Nice inhale, coming into cat. And exhale. I just called it cat again. Cow. Now we're coming into cat. I need people shouting at me, correcting me. I miss meeting everyone in person. Nice. And your next inhale, we're just going to come to a neutral spine. And bringing your right leg out and back of you, we're going to go ahead and come into that sunbird. So sunbird, opposite hand, opposite foot, nice long extension from fingertip all the way to heel. Think about pulling those lower abdominals in for support, and your pinky toe is down towards the mat. Inhale here, and exhale, release. Coming to the opposite side, left foot comes out, right hand comes up. So see if you can find that same stability that you found in the other side. Pinky toe down towards the mat, just keeps the square of the hips, and really reaching all the way through your fingertips. And exhale, coming down. Let's go ahead and switch sides one more time. Inhale. Right leg comes up, left arm goes over. And exhale, down. Inhale, left leg, right arm. And exhale, release. This time you're going to extend the right leg out, finding that nice strong base. And on your exhale, go ahead and bring that bottom foot out towards the back of the side of your mat, because we're going to open up into a modified half moon. So I like to call it my kickstand. That bottom leg, I just kick it out. It will actually come off my mat slightly. Nice active pose, really firming up through your leg, glute muscle. And exhale, bring the hand back to the earth, release the foot. Coming to the opposite side, left foot comes out, nice and long behind you. Go ahead and kickstand that bottom leg out if needed. If not, that's okay. We're all going to rise up into our half moon. You should really feel that leg active. Inhale and exhale. See, can you stack the hips over that knee, not letting the butt jut up to the back? And exhale, release. So coming to our opposite side. As you inhale, that right leg comes out, keeping the hips stacked. We're going to open up out to the side, but instead of staying in our modified half moon, you're going to drop that top foot down to the mat, trying to keep the side of the foot pressed down as you reach over for a nice long side stretch. If the outside of the foot comes up a little bit, that's okay. Remember, no judgment. We just take note of everything, we acknowledge it, and then we move on. Nice. So see, can you get that hip over that knee? Maybe feeling a deeper stretch through the side of the body, side of the hip. And inhale, go ahead and bring your arm back up as you exhale. Prepare to switch sides. So inhale, left leg comes out. If you need to kickstand that leg, do so. As we open up, top foot comes down. Really trying to focus on trying to get the whole foot down to the mat. And we're going to reach up and over for that nice long side body stretch. So just checking in with those hips. Is that butt jutting backwards, or is that hip in alignment over the knee? Where can you find some more length today? Nice. Inhale, arm comes up. Exhale, go ahead and come forward. We're back into that tabletop position. I think we need to start moving. What do you guys think? I need some heat in my body. Okay, tip your toes under as you exhale, down dog. Pedaling out your heels. Inhale, heels come high. As you exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Uttasana, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees, arms sweep up to the ceiling. Exhale, Tadasana, Samasahiti. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttasana, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms as you step back for plank. Inhale here. Exhale, down dog. We're going to be here for 5 breaths, feeling free to find any free movement that feels good to you today. When you're ready, settling into the pose, just trying to find length. Two more cycles of breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, heels come high. Exhale, walk to the top of your mat. Bend your knees, sweep your arms up to the ceiling. Hands come together. Exhale, Tadasana, Samasahiti. So each time you'll notice it's a progression. We're going to add on a little bit, maybe get a little faster. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttasana, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, step back for plank. Inhale here. Exhale, drop to your knees as we come into our first chaturanga, all the way up to cobra. And then exhale, down dog. Staying here for 5 breaths. Inhale and exhale here. On your next inhale, heels come high to the ceiling, eye gaze comes to the front of the mat. Option to walk or jump to the front of your mat. Coming into our forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms up to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, Tadasana, Samasthiti. We'll go one more time through. This time, option to take your full chaturanga. Inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttasana. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back for plank. If you're taking that option, chaturanga, dandasana to up dog. You could have stayed on your knees or just meet us back in down dog. Inhale and exhale here. On your next inhalation, heels come high, walk or jump to the front of your mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, Tadasana, Samasthiti. How's everybody feeling? Good. I'm getting warm. That's a good thing. Inhale, arms sweep to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha Uttasana. On your exhale, right leg comes back, low lunge. Option is always to drop to that back knee. So just taking a moment to get into this pose, making sure knees in direct alignment over the ankle. If you have blocks, this might be a good option to use blocks. You're going to plant your right hand as your left hand comes up to the ceiling for a spinal twist. Inhale and exhale here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and bring your hand down, framing the foot. We're going to drop to that back knee as we come into a modified splits. This is where I like to use the blocks. So the blocks are just it just helps me lift so I can come into the back of the leg, the hamstring muscle a little bit more. So keeping a nice flat back, coming over. Your option, you can point or flex the toe. Maybe try a little bit of both and just come to that place where you feel the deepest stretch, the most release in the back of that body. On your next exhale, go ahead, come back to a bent knee. Pick that back leg up into a low lunge, and we're just going to step back into a down dog. So, option to take your Vinyasa here, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, down dog. As you inhale, left foot comes to the ceiling this time. Exhale, left foot comes forward. Nice and quiet. Option to always drop that back knee. If you're leaving it up, if you want to use a block, placing that left hand, inhale as your right hand comes up to the ceiling. for a low lunge twist. If this bothers your shoulder at all, feel free bringing hand onto hip. On your exhale, just see if you can extend that twist just a little bit more. Inhale, and then exhale. Bring your hands to frame that foot as you drop to that back knee if you weren't there already. And we're going to come into modified splits. So right leg comes out in front. So I always think about the leg that's forward. I want to bring it back up, like you're bringing the top of that thigh bone back into the hip socket. Just helps you get a deeper stretch. And then maybe pointing, flexing, finding where the right stretch is for you. I always find it interesting. I like to look at my foot. Sometimes my toes will do this crazy thing where they kind of like turn out or turn in. So just trying to keep the toe and foot square. Inhale, start to rise up as you exhale. Bend the knee. Step your back foot forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, bend your knees. Sweep your arms up to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, Tadasana. So we're going to come into a little bit of our strength and balance. I challenge you just to try something new. Even if it's scary or you don't think you can do it, just try it. You have nothing to lose. If you need to come out of it, that's okay too, right? You tried. Nobody can ever fault you for trying. We're just happy that you're here. So as you inhale, arms sweep up to the ceiling, palms come together. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, left leg comes back, low lunge. Inhale, rise up to a high lunge. Option to bend that back knee into crescent pose. As you inhale, straighten that front leg. And exhale, sinking down into our high lunge, coming out with goalpost arms. I like to call them cactus arms. I am a California girl. And inhale, extend that front leg. And then exhale. Let's go one more time. Inhale, palms come together. And exhale. So if you had that knee bent, see if you can just extend that back leg a little bit more. Get a nice deep stretch through the front of those hip flexors, those muscles that get shortened from sitting. And inhale, arms come up as you rise. So, option, grabbing your blocks. You don't have to if you don't want to. We're going to come into pyramid. So pyramid, from that high lunge, stepping that back foot in slightly to where you come to a position where you're able to get the full foot down to the mat. Inhale, nice flat back. And just let's take this moment. Let's check in with our feet. Where's the weight in your foot? Is it to the outside of the foot? Maybe it's rocking more in the heel. Let's try and even that up a little bit. Feeling even pressure through the ball of your foot with your heel. And even from front to back, right? Do we have even weight? Is our weight distributed evenly? Inhale, nice long back. As you exhale, forward fold. Chin to chest. For a nice deep stretch in the front leg. Well, the leg that's forward, you're feeling it in the back. Inhale, coming back up to flat back. Bend your knees, coming back into that low lunge. As we exhale, option Vinyasa, or we'll meet you in down dog. Inhale, upward dog, and then exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg comes to the ceiling as you exhale into that low lunge. And inhale, rising up into that high lunge. Remember, keeping that option if it feels better for you. The reason we bend this back knee is so it doesn't create this force in our lower back. Ideally, we want to be nice and neutral. We don't want our pelvis coming forward or coming back too much. Think about it like a bowl of water, right? We don't want to spill our water out to the front. We don't want to spill it out to the back. Okay, I'll stop talking now. We can start flowing. Inhale. Go ahead and straighten the front leg. As you exhale, cactus arms, high lunge. Inhale. Straighten the front leg. And exhale, high lunge. One more time. Inhale, extend. And exhale to settle. Think about pressing that back heel a little bit more towards the back of your mat. Maybe elbows coming back slightly for a slight back bend. Eye gaze can come to the ceiling. Nice. Inhale. Go ahead and release. Find your blocks if you have them. As we step that back foot forward slightly, coming into our pyramid pose. So first we're going to start in that nice flat back. Option also hands on shin, or if you're really flexible, down to the floor. Wherever you go is the perfect place to be. So keeping nice flat back. And I'm just checking in with my feet here, right? Trying to find that balance. Making sure I have that even pressure. And inhale, nice long spine. And exhale, forward fold. Tuck your chin to your chest. Torso, maybe getting a little bit closer to the thigh. Still keeping a nice, active, firm leg in the back. And inhale, coming up to a flat back. Go ahead and release your blocks if you have them. Plant your hands down to the mat as we step back to our plank. Optional Vinyasa here. Chandrasana, Chaturanga, Dandasana. And then as you exhale, down dog. So we're only going to stay here for a cycle of 3 breaths. On your next inhalation, right leg comes to the ceiling. As you exhale, knee to chest, coming into that low lunge. So this is where we're going to get heated. I'll move my mat so I can face you. So from a low lunge position, pressing through that front heel. As we inhale, we're going to rise up, bringing your knee with you. Nice. So hands on hips, or option, go ahead and bring that right hand up to the ceiling. Option also with that left hand to grab your big toe, extend your leg. If you're like, yeah, I'm perfectly happy with this bent knee position today, that's okay. Let's just focus on getting those hips level. Nice. Both hands are going to come up to the ceiling because we're going to transition into our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3 pose. Working hard on keeping that balance. You'll notice my front leg is very shaky, and that's okay. Just means I'm getting better, right? Nice, and inhale, coming back up to that high knee, and exhale down. Nice, so coming to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms sweep to the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttasana. Exhale, plant your palms, step back for plank. Optional Vinyasa, or meeting us down in down dog, Chaturanga, Dandasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot comes forward, or left foot comes up to the ceiling. As you exhale, knee into chest, low lunge. So we're in our low lunge position. You know what's coming next, right? Majority of the weight is going to be in that front heel. As we inhale, go ahead, release that back foot as we come up into our balance pose. Hands on hips, or optional, left hand to ceiling. Notice I have my foot flexed. Just keeps a nice active chain through the calf muscle, hip flexor. And I'm going to try and square my hips a little bit more. And on your next inhale, go ahead and release that other hand, both hands up to the ceiling. As we exhale, right leg comes back into our Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. Can you get that back leg a little bit higher? Maybe tightening that glute a little bit more. You got this. A little bit more. Nice. And inhale. Go ahead and release. Just shake it out a little bit. That gets kind of intense. So inhale. You want to add a little mini back bend. Might be just what you needed. Nice. And exhale. Arms come down. On your next inhale, your right foot steps back into a high lunge. And we're going to open up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. So let's check in with that back foot, pressing through the outside of the foot. Front knee is over ankle. And what are your hands doing? Your arms, are they nice and relaxed? Shoulders relaxed. I'm not holding any tension. Nice long chain of energy. Bringing in all those positive vibes I feel from you. Nice. And inhale. Arms come up. Go ahead and extend that front leg as we set up for our Shakti squat. So Shakti squat, your toes are going to come to the corners of your mat. And you might need to bring your stance in slightly or maybe out a little bit more. It just depends on where you're at. As we squat, I'm just going to talk you through it really quick because this is very important. Make sure you're pressing the knees out towards that alignment of the toes. So inhale, arms come up. As you exhale, squat. Should be feeling the inside of those thighs. And we're inhale and exhale down. Making sure we're pulling those lower abdominals up and in. No tension in that lower back. Inhale, coming up, and exhale down. Feel free placing hands lightly on hips or into your prayer position. I like to pulse a little bit. When things get hard for me, it helps me to kind of move through it. So we're going to be here for 2 more rounds of breath, right? Activating those legs, bringing some warmth into our body. Inhale and exhale here. Don't lose that breath. Nice. On your next inhale, go ahead and release those hands, extend those legs. Woo! Go ahead and turn that back foot open as we come into Virabhadrasana 2 towards the back. So right foot is forward. And just relaxing those shoulders. Nice, strong pose. Inhale and exhale here. And inhale, go ahead and extend your arms. And exhale, go ahead and come into a low lunge, facing that back. If you're feeling really fatigued, feel free to drop to that back knee if necessary. If not, we're going to rise up into our high lunge. As you exhale, spinal twist. Left hand comes forward, right hand goes back. Nice. And inhale, rise back up. Exhale, frame that front foot as you step back into plank. Exhale, your Vinyasa, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. And on your next exhale, go ahead and come into hands and knees. And we're just gonna come around to the front of our mat. Come into like you're coming into staff pose. I'm just kind of moving the flesh out of the way, coming onto my sit bones nice and even. Go ahead and take the left foot up and over your right thigh. So left foot is grounded into the earth. I like to kind of hug my knee into my body. It helps draw a nice long spine. Option to stay here if you need a little bit more. Elbow to the outside of the knee as you exhale into a bit of a spinal twist. Or it always feels better to me to kind of hug my knee into my chest. Inhale, nice long spine, and then exhale, twist. You can also release that back arm to the back if you want a little bit more. If not, just be happy where you're at. It's the perfect place to be. Inhale and exhale here. Inhale, go ahead and release your twist. Release your legs, shake them out. We'll go ahead and come into the other side. Right foot comes up and over. As you inhale, coming nice and tall, taking whatever wrap is appropriate for you. And as we exhale, twist towards that bent knee. Inhale and exhale here. See if you can find a little bit more length in that spine. Your head's coming closer to the ceiling. Nice. Inhale, go ahead and look forward. Release that knee down to the earth and shake it out. So coming into our last active hamstring stretch. So you'll notice I'm trying to square. We talked about the foot, right? Just make sure you're squaring that toe bed towards you, not allowing the outside of the foot to come in. Either way. So as you inhale, arms will sweep up to the ceiling, nice long spine. As you exhale, you're going to hinge from those hips until you come all the way into your forward fold. Inhale, come up slightly, shoulders come back, and exhale, folding over your thighs. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. On your next inhalation, go ahead and slowly walk yourself up to your seated position. Maybe give it a little shoulder shrug, up and back. Nice. So coming onto your back. When you're coming down, maybe try and articulate through that spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. And bring your knees into the chest. Let's just do a little spinal massage, maybe making some circles. Nice. On your next inhalation, go ahead and bring your feet down to your mat. We're setting up for our bridge pose. I like to always bring my hands down to the side. And it's not the same for everyone, right? As long as you make sure your heels are directly under your knees. I like to bring my heels to my fingertips. It's a pretty good gauge for me. As we inhale, we're going to have our hips rise up towards the ceiling. Check in with your knees really quick, making sure they're not coming open. Pretend you're squeezing that yoga block between your thighs. Option to go ahead and roll one shoulder under and the other one as you clasp your hands under you. Nice shoulder, chest expansion as we also extend the front of our hip flexors. I want you to think about squeezing with the butt and not the lower back. Nice. And on your exhale, slowly release those shoulders. Bottom comes down. Let's bring our feet out wide and just come into some windshield wipers. You'll notice I like to kind of go into those cactus arms when I'm just laying on my back. Just helps open up my chest from all that work on the computer. And just go one more time as you windshield the legs. On your next inhalation, as the knees come up, let's go ahead and set up for our bridge again. Option to take that wheel. If you are taking the wheel, just making sure you're bringing your fingertips to your shoulders and squeezing your elbows in towards one another, pressing through the heels as you rise up into your wheel. Think about your calves, your shin bones coming away, elbows coming close. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. If the option you chose to stay in the bridge, that is wonderful. On your next exhalation, slowly coming out of it, bringing your legs out wide again as we come into those windshield wipers. We're going to go ahead, come one more time. Several different options, right? Because we all come to our practice needing something different. Nobody's the same. A couple different options. You can stay in your bridge. You can come back up for a wheel. You can kind of do a modified legs up the wall where you bring your legs up nice and straight, squaring that toe bed. You could even come up onto a block slightly, or if you'd like to go ahead and take your shoulder stand, that's a wonderful option too. So just going to where you're comfortable today. I actually was working on my shoulder stands earlier, so I think I'm just going to do the legs up. So I placed the block on that bony bone it's right where the lower back meets the glutes. It's your sacrum, right? So you just want to, I place the low end of the block, and then I just slowly bring my legs up. And again, I like to bring my arms into this cactus pose. If you feel any pressure in that lower back, slowly come out of it by bringing your feet down, elevating your hips, and just releasing that block. A lot of times it's just the leverage of the block that may bother your lower back. To me, it just gives me a little bit more of a lift. If you're taking your shoulder stand, 2 more deep cycles of breath here. Just try and approach everything with softness, never forcing or pushing anything. Nice. Wherever you're at, on your exhale, slowly come up out of your pose. Release the block if you had one. And bringing our legs out wide again. We're going to come into that windshield wiper, except this time when your knees come to the left, go ahead and put if your knees are to the left, your right hand comes onto, your knees are to the left, your left hand comes onto your hip. Is that right? It's opposite. Yes. So your knees are to the left, your right hand rests on your hip. Your left hand is up over. You could even walk to the side a little bit if it gives you a deeper stretch. I know I've heard it called like the banana pose. And then on your next inhalation, let's just go ahead and release. Go ahead and windshield wiper the legs to the opposite side. So this time, if your legs are to the right, you're going to bring your left hand onto your hip. Your right arm extends up overhead. No, left arm. Just do the opposite. Sorry, I do not know why I cannot get that today. See, we're all human, right? If you'd like to add that side stretch, feel free to do so. And inhale. Go ahead and release. Let's pull our knees into our chest. And if you'd like to take that happy baby option to do so, maybe releasing those outer hips a little bit more. So happy baby, similar to child's pose, except our legs are going to come out wide. If when grabbing the outside of your feet, you notice you have a lot of rounding in that lower back, and you just want to find some more length in the spine. Option to grab those shins or even just the back of the legs. I like to rock side and side, side to side. It feels so good on my spine and my hips. On your next inhalation, go ahead and bring your knees together as you extend your arms out to the side and drop your knees to the right. If you want an extra neck stretch, go ahead and eye gaze. We'll come to the opposite side, facing your left palm. If that's too hard on your neck, just go ahead and come to neutral. Inhale, go ahead and bring your knees back up to the ceiling. Maybe plant your feet and just readjust. Pick up your hips slightly. And if you'd like to use your arms, you may, but I like to just put my arms out in a T position. And on your next exhale, go ahead and twist to the left side. Option to take that eye gaze to the right palm. On your next inhalation, eye gaze comes to the ceiling as you bring your knees in. And we're just going to set up for our Shavasana. So coming into Shavasana, if you have a blanket, you'd like a blanket or bolster you'd like to put under your knees for support, feel free to do so. Picking up your right shoulder, just think about putting that shoulder blade down into our pocket. When I say pocket, I mean like your jeans pocket, right? We're drawing our shoulder blades down. And then go ahead and relax, allowing your feet to come open, palms up. On your inhalation, you begin to feel the belly, ribs, and chest expand. On your exhalation, chest, ribs, belly. Anytime thoughts start to come into your mind, just acknowledge them, but then bring yourself back to your breath. Maybe telling yourself, exhale. Inhale. And exhale. As I call you back into the present, begin to notice your breath, how calm and still your body feels. All because you took the time to practice today. Let's go ahead and bring some movement into the ankles and the wrist. Let's go the opposite direction. Go ahead and move on to the head, going from side to side. Next time your head comes to the right side, slowly roll over onto your side. Slowly begin to open your eyes. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings. And when you're ready, go ahead and press through that palm and come up into any easy seated position that you care. Take one last long inhalation together. And as you exhale loudly through the mouth, cleansing breath. Inhale and exhale. Nice big shoulder roll. Hands come to your heart center. Slightly bowing the head. Thanking the Mother Earth for all that she's blessed us with. Bringing your thumb knuckles to your forehead. May the fruits of your practice extend into your life. May your practice be a blessing to you and to others. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me as I fumbled with my words, and I'm on this yoga journey with you guys. And without you being patient with me and learning with me, I don't know. I don't know what my life would be, and I couldn't imagine it. So I thank you for you and your presence here on the mat with me. And I hope that you have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Thank you.